your digital agency can stand out from the pack. Reach consumers all along their journey. Offer TV services without additional overhead. And improve website traffic with a multi-screen solution. Make your agency unique with targeted TV. Hey everyone, thanks for your time and thanks for stopping by. This is Shelley Stansfield from Centriply. Welcome to the Centriply webinar series. I'm here with Kaylin Chenerides, who will be working with me to answer questions and guide you through the opportunities and realities of advanced TV advertising. This installment of our Advanced TV series is focused on effective TV analytics and tactics that can support growth strategies for digital agencies all across the country. You'll get an unbiased evaluation of what targeted linear TV can do for digital advertising campaigns. The next 45 minutes were developed especially for making you an expert in targeted TV, so agency salespeople can feel confident pitching new business and new services. CMOs can consider different media options for their brand strategy. We make advanced TV easy to understand and easy to explain with Centriply's data-driven techniques to reach customers and grow high-value audiences and communities. With advanced TV, you avoid surprises, have transparency, safe network environments, and you keep control over the media spend. We expect TV to do more. We make it walk and talk like digital by using data-driven analytics and granular measurement for our advertisers. For 25 years, we've been at the forefront of judging media delivery and value from a specific point of view of the advertiser, with transparency, stewardship, and scale. In this webinar, we'll cover how digital advertising strategy can incorporate TV impressions and know what they did for you. It's all about delivery, right? You should expect tracking your TV promotion offers to your website. Geofence trading areas around each of your locations that are measurable, and the impressions that fall outside of those areas don't count. And have the ability to target custom locations well below the TV DMA, like counties, cities, and other regions. All of these things can be done now. There are tons of opportunities to get in front of customers in the right TV programming in all different places around the country. These are high-quality, customized ways for digital agencies to advertise to TV audiences that are appropriate for their product messages. It's not remnant time or packaged inventory deals where you don't know where you're running. We're not a vendor or a rep. As an independent agency, we firmly believe digital advertisers deserve to have access to advanced TV capabilities. As a TV specialist, we serve digital agencies by introducing the ability to add TV airtime at a national, regional, or hyperlocal level to find concentrated audiences in specific geofence locations and purchase impressions to reach them at the right price so the agency can choose what's the right value for them, not the media owner. This extends your service offering and allows you to grow your business by using our team to let digital drive the TV plans. Hey, here's Kaylin.
Hi everyone, it's Kaylin. Thanks so much for your time. Just a few housekeeping items. You'll see at the bottom of your screen there are multiple widgets. They're resizable and movable, so feel free to move them around. If you have any questions during the webinar, submit them through the Q&A widget. We'll try to answer as many as possible. If you need more detailed answers or run out of time, we'll answer them via email. A copy of today's slide deck and more helpful materials are available in the resource list. If you have any issues with the platform, you can find help in the Help widget at the bottom of your screen. Also, an on-demand version of today's webcast will be available in 2 days and can be accessed using the same audience link that was sent to you earlier, as well as on our YouTube page. And with that, I'll hand it back to Shelley.
Just a minute more on the resources list. I'm going to pull up some samples of what we're talking about so you have a clear picture of how chock full of materials this list is. Starting from the left, here you can see We've included an Introduction to Targeted TV packet. It's a 10-page booklet that provides an easy way for you to explain and understand a TV solution that's based on targeted audiences, location, programming, and cost. In that packet, we also include a checklist to quickly answer when is targeted TV right. There are maps which make the concept easy to see, and a use case is included too. The benefits are reviewed, and they point out how a brand's investment in advanced TV can really demonstrate value and then justify the performance of the media. This helps raise the comfort level of future commitments. You can forward these pieces to clients or take them with you into presentations. Go ahead, hand them out to all your friends. In the center, we've included an infographic of what the whole TV marketplace looks like, from starting at the broadest reach, a broadcast TV at the top, down to the single-user and device-centric mobile options. It's a pretty familiar concept for most clients, but this shows where it all stacks up. Each bar represents points where ads can be inserted, and the bottom portion of the funnel, it includes some significant linear TV options, and they fall into the advanced TV category. And then there's an explanation of the strengths of each layer and how they can work together. As marketers, you need to know the advantages and the limits of each, and how they can be combined for a full view of the whole video stack. For researching industry categories, there's a list of which ones are particularly well served by targeted TV and their related budget spends. Next, below that, is a circle of data, and it illustrates the retargeting ability of TV with digital audience segments to impact the performance. By leading with data and having it reinforced each step of the way, it completes the ROI measurement and supports ongoing decisions. And at the bottom right is an at-a-glance side-by-side comparison of household addressable to other groups of addressable TV and their advantages and drawbacks so you can decide what's right. Now, connected TV is another category that can be tapped into through digital DSPs like Videology, MediaMath, which provides a great complement to linear. With all this, you'll have a whole kit, and you'll be ready to go in no time. You'll be a targeted TV expert. Oh yeah, on a quick note, before we get into the data part of the webinar, we should mention that we have a survey. That would just take 30 seconds. We're truly interested in knowing your areas of interest so that we can develop more materials to support your journey into the future of advanced TV. It's located in the center of the widget bar at the bottom of your screen. It looks like a link, and that opens to another window, so feel free to take it at any time during the webinar. And as a little gift for taking the survey, we'll email you a Starbucks gift card. We also have an on-demand library, let me show you right here, of 3 previously released webinars, and 10, you can count them, use cases about how different industries can reach their customers. Check them out. We have a real soft spot for retailers. That webinar shows how powerful a targeted campaign can be for a retailer. It covers how targeted TV supports driving retail sales by location, including how customer reach can be measured within drive time radius, and the ability to use mailing lists and all sorts of digital and mobile data for driving TV audiences to becoming customers. That second one now on the right, it's about TV attribution. It clarifies how TV impressions can be tracked against sales lift by zip code for TV ROI. We've engineered a process so that you can build trust and real communication at scale in a systematic way. TV can create awareness, get the attention, and build relationships with your digital channels and grow your prospects. The third webinar is for consultants, CMOs, salespeople who need to bring current ideas and new opportunities to their clients in media. It's about increasing the efficiency of in-house resources and adding to the impact of campaign performance. Also, there's an extensive list of use cases that you can tap into across a whole line of industry categories. When brands use the methods we describe, it drives business consistently, systematically, and reliably. These are just some of the educational materials that we provide. So these can help you manage and change the mindset that may still linger with some brands, that media is just not a cheap commodity, and you can show that solid planning can really elevate TV commercials to leverage being in the right content, in the right location, and that counts, and in front of the right audience, and that has to be real. TV can drive results to grow a business and help you and it really thrive. Awesome. You're going to be ready. You're going to be ready to talk targeted TV in no time. Okay, so that's the resources. So let's break this down. Here's what our agenda looks like today. First of all, point 1, know your KPIs. That way we can do the work and we can measure what happens. But you know what? That's really starting at the end, and that counts because it'll tell us how to begin. What does success look like for your brands? The most common business requests we get are really an increase in participation. Whether it's more online orders or serving up more movies on demand, if you can count what happens, we can measure against it. Then on to number 2 and 3. It all starts with data. It's about your community, the people you want to reach. Now, you can incorporate the same audience segment data, say from LiveRamp or Experian or ComScore that you use for your digital campaigns and apply it to your TV plan. Or you can use a mailing list, all of which can be measured by county, state, or custom region of the country. After that, we'll show you a bit about the different types of advanced TV advertising and how you can use each one depending on what you want to do. Next is number 4. We'll look at the different ways to measure success and outcome. Since we don't sell media, we can look at all the options and provide an unbiased plan to achieve the greatest impact of TV dollars. Once the analysis is done, you can see what will provide the best reach, the frequency level that will be effective, and the length of time that it'll take to make an impact, to start moving customers through that sales funnel. And when done right, the power of retargeting and optimization increases ROI, and then we'll wrap up with questions. So TV will never be the same for marketers, and it shouldn't be. Now, when we say advanced TV, our team is referring to the whole category of audience-based buying, which is a great starting point, but we take it 2 steps further here. When we say targeted TV, it's referring not only to audience or people-based advertising, we add location and media comparison into the mix because we think you should expect more from TV, like zip code level measurement. You should expect tracking your TV promotion offers to your website with geofence trading areas around brick and mortar locations that are then measured, and the impressions that fall outside of those areas, they don't count in my book. And you should have the ability to target custom areas well below the TV DMA, like counties, cities, and a whole bunch of other regions. Our unique ability to track TV inventory allows digital marketers to know where and how to get their message out to the right audience. TV provides fast and efficient reach to TV audiences anywhere in the country, from a single zip code to an entire nation. You can tell what your options are and where the media value is to your advantage. Budget allocation can also be delivered across the entire video stack, whether it's in pre-roll, broadcast, cable, satellite, or smart TVs. Coordination with offline mailing lists, loyalty programs, or website visits. That can be measured for ROI or if you have another business KPI. All of these things can be done now. Many digital agencies realize that there are a ton of opportunities to get in front of their audiences in the right TV program in all different places around the country. You guys know the power of reaching your customer all along the journey. It reinforces your digital campaigns. Check out our blog at centriply.com if you'd like to contribute to the discussion. We'd be happy to hear from you. Oh, here's that funnel we were talking about and included in the resource materials. A key thing to consider, TV has scale, it has flexibility, and it's getting better at measurement every day. This shows the various ways an ad can be inserted into what we call the full video stack. These are layers that are available to build up from a household that's addressable to a single cable zone to a custom group of cable zones combined together to make a specific universe that can be counted, that contains high concentrations of audience that you're looking for, and it breaks the constraints of traditional TV market areas. Entering or managing at the right level is crucial. Where does your client need to compete? Which layer offers the right advantage? Digital account managers, they need to know the advantages and the limits of each and how they can be combined for a full view of the whole stack. Our Tango Media Suite platform creates a targeted TV analysis that takes into account all the different layers and compares them. And then it shows how they impact the locations of your audience. How do we do that? Well, we started well over 10 years ago at the census block level and built our analytics from the ground up. And we tackled the most difficult part first, the cable zones. Since there are around 3,000 of them, our platform can combine them in all sorts of ways to find audiences. Some of you may have experience with audience buying on digital platforms or tried to use some household addressable vendors. And that's cool. We work with them too. We find that desire for that one-to-one communication is just great. But with enterprise-level companies that need to have impact on large groups in short amount of time, like, around seasonal events, that can take too long to build. And there are only a few household addressable providers. I think 38 million total households. So if the audience isn't in the right location with the new cable box and having loaded the smart TV app, you're out of luck. So you just need to know what is available in the locations that you're targeting. Now, we know the footprint of every cable zone, so we have the zip codes within them, and you can even measure from the county level and know what the census blocks are within them. This gives you tracking at significant scale while still providing privacy. And then the impression counts can happen quickly. We've worked with several digital planners. They often start a campaign and let it run for a month and then do optimizing. But we know after 1 week of posting what's going on and how to adjust. So with this level of targeted TV, we can combine location, the audience segment you're looking for, with high indexing day parts and networks right along with the cost of the media all at once. It makes it a lot easier to decide what's right for a brand. Working with planners and account managers at digital agencies, we can create a virtuous cycle with warm connections that build trust because your customer is seeing a message across content they're interested in. That's why when choosing an appropriate network and programming, it reinforces the association and those relationships. That connection starts a trust equation that can be built on direct mail, digital messaging, and mobile offers. Now, the fuel of this marketing solution is data, and to create effective reach, you need just a few components. Starting with a customer or audience segment on the circle, it's like 8:30, 9 a.m., because that's when things get rocking around here. Working clockwise, we add up the subscriber counts. Then we pull up the media available in those areas and ask a lot of questions. How many impressions can be delivered there? How concentrated is the audience? After that, it's a little after, 3 p.m. Keep going around that circle. We're in the market, buying what we need. There's no inventory caps, and we don't let the media vendor know what we're looking for, so we can introduce competition into the marketplace. We're looking for advantages for our brands. My buyers are considering over 600 million impressions every week, and they're looking just for the right ones. Then around 6 p.m., over a cold beer, it's all about counting it up. Knowing that we can measure where we were compared to where we weren't gives us a great way to report performance. And only then do we say cheers. Oh wait, Kaylin, did something pop up in the chat box?
We have one question from Steve. With all the Facebook controversy, I have clients that are concerned about their own data. How do we protect them?
Oh, well, there's a hot topic these days. We really feel for online marketers right now. It's a tough situation with lots of questions, and with the platforms changing access, the situation makes it particularly hard to validate what you're trying to do. For U.S.-based advertising, first and foremost, we want you to know that there is still a proven path to data-driven marketing. Now, we break it into two pieces. First is audience building with first-party or CRM or lookalike segments, creating an audience base that is household or device level. They could be rolled up into any level of location type, zip code, county, state, cable system, DMA, any combination. That information is processed through Experian or LiveRamp, and we're using the same segment as the digital planner. And then attribution is the second piece. Now, that uses benchmarks like sales or clicks or orders or downloads, KPIs that matter to the brand, and then are reported back to the agency. We don't handle any PII at all, and we don't let the media vendor know what the segment is. Here's how it works. With a client, an audience is created. Digital campaign starts, and we're the next step. What's the customer profile, or as you guys know, the persona? What kind of data does the brand collect? How far do the customers drive to locations? Does the company offer a loyalty program that tracks purchase activities? Can that customer list be broken up even more? Like focusing on frequent visitors, more than 3 times a month, occasional or seasonal? They only come in once in a while for a sale, right? It's all tied into zip codes and billing addresses. So does the brand have the zip codes of shipped items that create a mailing list or send discount coupons? Any one of those can be used to drive a media plan that finds them on TV. And now that you've determined who you want to reach, the brand can decide what message will make things happen. The creative, they can be powerful, really resonate with the consumers. What we've seen work is that some brands will use video to test which commercials pull the best before putting it on TV. We love that idea. We find audience locations and analyze the right airtime to put that message in the correct programming day part. After that, we make sure it's in the right weight to get the frequency level, get noticed, and then use our historic pricing data to create an advantage on the cost to that target audience. Knowing exactly where and when those ads run, that allows us to mark the window of the campaign, and it follows actions taken by the audience. So now the KPI can be different for different brands. It could be online purchases, or it could be increased inquiries to a call center. It can be over a weekend, over a month, over a quarter, an entire year. We measure the fluctuations of the cash register, or the signups, or the downloads, and then we re-optimize the campaign driven by that response to create a successful loop and ROI. To give you a full picture of how this works in reality, there can be a lag time of 2 weeks for big ticket items, or only a day for seasonal events like 4th of July sales, or down to an hour for video on demand purchase. Speaking of purchase, let's move to the buying side of things. Now let's look at what you guys want. What inputs are really important to planners and buyers? Reach and GRPs? Well, while conversion is significantly impacted by audience, product, and message, the demand side players, you guys understand that effective communication is achieved by a campaign that's crafted through, balancing the key attributes. You got budget, reach, and frequency. So, Syntech Media recently produced a study that found that demand for advanced TV is really being, I think, readily compared to digital ad buying. The buyers want fast transactions. I get it. Easy delivery, big scale without phone calls and waiting for proposals. We hear you. Technical and organizational friction within the TV companies often can create barriers that can frustrate media buyers looking for easy ways to buy audience-targeted campaigns. What else is important to your client? Not sharing their strategy? Media plans also, they need to have flexible GRP levels where coverage and weight are adjustable. We get that too. Often targeted TV is used to increase the share of voice in a noisy, mature market and deliver high frequency. And with A/B testing, you can have measurement of areas of high or low sales and respond to that and optimize accordingly. Now, back to your clients. Okay, so what does success look like for them? The next 3 slides are case studies, and they'll illustrate those main components. So let's look at this digital brands challenge. It was an online food delivery service, and the client objectives, well, they were to increase brand awareness. Since they were a new service in the city, no one knew who they were. The commercials needed to be in really specific geofenced areas, and we had to confirm that the right commercials had the correct offer codes. So to establish a competitive share of voice in a crowded market, and we knew breakthrough media weight was really required. And on top of that, a brand health metric, intention, brand perceptions, all of that, they were all important too. There was a coordination of target zip codes that were being used for a targeted digital campaign. And then our services included a pre-campaign cost analysis where we used automated inventory selection tools to create an optimized plan based on their networks, their frequency goals, their cost, and their on-target efficiency. The result? It was a high-frequency, geo-targeted TV campaign that increased sales over a 6-month period by 63%. Oh, a question? Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, Heather just asked, would household addressable TV be an option? And what about satellite?
Great question. Someone's really been doing their homework. With these particular zip codes, location determined what was available to be used. So we looked at everything since we're not selling the inventory. So I'll take household addressable first. We always start with location, and only 2 of the zips were located in a cable system that could offer to do insertion that way. And it was extremely expensive, so the client didn't go for that. We then find that the price point of particular products and services also can help determine if it's worth, up to a $70 CPM. The products that are over $30 are usually candidates, and there can be a pretty steep minimum budgets on some of the addressable systems to get started, which we weren't meeting with this campaign. Now, satellite insertion was also limited in some of the markets. In this case, 2 areas did include satellite coverage. So what happened here? There are 3 levels of attribution that can occur. In this case, the upper funnel, as usual, is brand metrics. And when we get to the mid funnel, we measured against website visits. Now, the lower funnel, as usual, was transactional, but it's all about knowing the KPI. Now, the map on this one shows 5 zip codes out of 728. The sales control group had an increase of 16%, while the average for the rest of the 728 zips came in 63% higher overall. So you had upper funnel, mid funnel, and lower funnel. This sort of tracking is a sample of what sort of things you can expect to get. And why is all this important? Because then you have the ability to reach consumers across screens and have many more opportunities to catch them along their path to purchase. The convergence of digital and TV campaigns can really be managed by tracking audience reach and metrics that are based on sales or traffic lift to determine the impact of the media performance. By working with targeted TV, the realities of audience targeting and budget allocation can allow the comparison value of impressions across video and TV in a full video stack solution. Now, targeted TV allows a digital agency the ability to offer an effective and unique service that's really moving into the next phase of marketing with a unique value proposition that extends beyond traditional TV digital advertising channels. Every account person knows presentation is key to getting these ideas accepted, right? So our realistic and practical action plans, they've been tested for like 10 years, and they've achieved measurable ROI. It's a significant factor to build trust when you're selling through many layers of a client organization. In targeted TV, there are controls, that we can track program viewership against sales and TV weight. These 5 major points wrap up with your ability to grow your agency with services to offer your client. We make it work. We do the execution. You get demand side advantage. And then choosing your KPI. There are plenty of format options. And best of all, you keep your fee. So when you work with us, you can grow your agency. Now, whether a client is looking to support a website, a single location, or several hundred, we can give you answers for anyone's TV campaign. You don't have to do the extra work or learn an entire new industry. I get that. We've developed a dashboard that gives planners reports into what options are out there. Let me just give you a peek. All right, what you're seeing here is our Tango NVO. That stands for National Video Inventory Optimizer. This is our linear TV version. It's nationally scaled TV advertising technology that uses the power of indexing across TV networks, day parts, and location, all at once to combine and measure the right concentration of audiences. It has fast automated inventory selection across millions of impressions for planning and activation, and it's currently enterprise ready. This is the next step after the mapping software we showed you in our case study. Because once you know where you want to be, this looks through all the breaks to find what's in the right programming and the location for your audience all at once. We don't do sequential elimination. I know those are big words. They'll get you great points in Scrabble. It just means that we look at the entire pool of inventory at once, kind of like a giant sifter. And here, we got some pretty colors. Just like our Tango Geo application, the first question is, who is your audience? In this case, we pulled Asian population anywhere in the U.S. Just choosing, 4 counties in Seattle would have been an option too. What kind of interests do they have? This brand was looking for groups that play scratch-off games, and the MRI data told us what the highest rated networks were. And the same thing with the day parts that they watch. And this client wanted household level measurement. Then next, the client said, I have $85,000 a week. What will that get me? And we hit the triangle in the middle of what we see here, and we can cover 50% of the U.S. Asian population with 20 TRPs, or total rating points. Let's look at the details on how that breaks out. The last part, in the green box up at the top right, shows you the media plan. For a bit less than $85,000 a week, you can cover over 7,283,000 Asian households. Now, next you can see that 4,400,000 impressions would qualify as an option for that audience. And the CPM is $19.15, very comparable to a digital CPM. And the average frequency for 1 week was 1.7. So obviously you'd want a longer running campaign to get the frequency up, and we can put in inputs in for that too. Now this is just 1 week, but it shows you how quickly a campaign can ramp up. And it gives you a very clear picture of what you can expect from your TV dollars. Starting an independent technology build on a platform like this from scratch, it's expensive and often unrealistic. And digital companies have established business models. And now you're considering getting into the TV space and applying data science. Now, we offer a solution that shows it's possible to work with incumbents and get moving quickly with successful results. It can be coordinated in a short amount of time. All these issues can be addressed with targeted TV. Our team uses data, innovative strategy, and an integrated tactical solution. I hired the data scientist so you don't have to. What we've seen is that small moves can really set big things in motion, especially when it comes to navigating the disruption in the TV advertising landscape. There are ways to unlock assets to get a more complete solution for your clients, and they're already working. We've got the ability to combine many levels of TV inventory options, adding data and hyperlocal targeting with scale. It's a low-risk way to move from video to TV impressions, being delivered all around a single location, or to a national campaign, tracking results all along the way. Targeted TV really allows a digital agency to offer a unique service and grow the business. Hey, Kaylin, that looks like we're getting to the end of our time. But I'm really happy to send people more case studies. Just like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, send us an email. And keep an eye out for our next couple of webinars. They're going to be advanced TV targeting for driving ticket sales for event marketers. One thing I can recommend is reach out to us after this webinar is over and sign up for a strategy session. It's free, no obligation. That way, the specific situation with your business can be really addressed. We can give more detailed answers on questions you have on your specific situations, and we can talk about whether you're web-focused or brick and mortar, and things like price points on your products. It could all affect the tactics that we suggest, and then mostly, how would this fit into the rest of your media campaign? Well, more than happy to talk to you. And hey, everybody, welcome to the future of TV. Thanks.